Have you ever found yourself daydreaming over Kemet, looking back and romanticizing over pre colonial Africa? Or are you one of those who thinks about the future? A land of milk and honey next to Black Moses and Black Jesus. Well, today's topic is addressing that. Today we're speaking about mental masturbation amongst the Black diaspora. I think it's the addiction that plagues us all. Might just be bigger than the crack era. Ah, Lord, 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 Lord. What do we have in store today? And I fear that there might be a running theme of this whole podcast episode of me shading hoteps. And I'm so sorry for that in advance. I love my people, them. I love the diversity amongst us. But I'm sincerely tired of the conscious, fake, woke, grand rising type. We just know a lot, but we're not doing a lot. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I truly think there is a lack of execution and knowledge becomes vain at one point, If you keep hoarding information, consuming things, and you can say so much, you can teach so much, you know so much, but yet your physical reality is not the evidence of such. And of course, it's always important in these conversations to appreciate that life is a journey. It may not be showing now, but it may show in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Your time will come if it's meant to come, right? And you're doing what you need to do. But I'm very disappointed as someone who, in my personal evolution, I was always a conscious creature. I was pro-Black before I even knew the term, darling. The kids around the schools, back in the day, people would be lying. They're Africans saying they're Jamaicans. People would be lying about who they are. I saw people bleach. I know a girl, in fact. She was bleaching her skin. And I asked a friend, I said, do you think she's bleaching? Because my mom always taught me you can tell when someone's bleaching their skin when they're by their hands and their neck versus their face, because most people don't bleach correctly. If you're going to do it right. So then I had a friend in school and she was bleaching and I was like, hold on. Because this ain't right. Like, I've always been 10 toes. I've always been the realest person I've ever known. Like, I'm waiting to find someone realer than me. I'm waiting. And I sat down with her and I said, you're beautiful, You don't need to do that. Obviously, she denied it. She's going to be ashamed. She comes from a mother who bleaches. And her mother even gave me some dirty look afterwards. I think she told her. But I didn't care because that's love. Love will make you stand in truth regardless. I don't care. If I have to stand alone, let it be that. Because I ain't gonna. No, it's not right. She's bleaching her skin. No, no, darling. No, darling, that's not it. No. The beautiful chocolate skin, you don't need to do that. Okay? And now I saw her recently. Girl's looking good. As far as I was concerned, she was looking good. So, see, I change lives. I'm impacting lives. Back to the topic though. Knowledge truly is becoming vanity amongst the Black diaspora. We're in an era, remember, it's an information overload era. Knowledge is everywhere. I would still say that Black consciousness and knowledge about us and our history, which is so important, and her story, which is so important, is still at a deficit. Most Black people are still very ignorant, but I would argue now it's more of a willful ignorance, whereas before it was ignorance because of circumstance, right? So naturally, of course, in time we will be knowing more people will be knowing more, that our consciousness will raise. But if we don't master execution, then it's all for nothing, right? If your knowledge as a Black person leads you only to the point. I remember when I went to the Dr. Umar event and you see all these traders. And it's a very cliche thing to be conscious is, okay, I'm gonna wear a kente cloth, like kente clothing. I'm now gonna just trade out, all these toxic creams for shea butter. Cool story. Like I'm not saying that's bad. I'm gonna wear lime as deodorant instead of raw deodorant. I'm gonna be vegan. I'm gonna do the Dr. Sebi diet. Yeah. I'm gonna start wearing my crystals, my amethyst, my rose quartz. Yeah. Very predictable. And that's why even when you look at that community, all they know how to sell is shea butter. All Black people know how to sell, the conscious Black people know how to sell is shea butter. And lashes, maybe, if they're not conscious. But Black people, like, this is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going on a tangent. Let me bring it back. I can rant about I can rant. Save certain things for the Patreon, which, yes, good time to mention it. If you want extra exclusive episodes, things I can't say online, things I'd rather not say online, because I'm not trying to, to be honest, ultimately, I don't want to say things that are maybe more sensitive in front of everyone and then it's clipped in the wrong way. That's really what it comes down to, because if we're talking about really serious topics, I just want to be very mindful about certain things. But also just it's about building community and, I can be more unhinged there. I can be more honest. I can cuss a little bit more if I want to and not feel so bad. But I have to be a bit more mindful with the content I put out publicly. So anyway, it's a good place to be if you want to be. I'll see you there. Let us move on from my first point. So we are either, yes, masturbating over the past, meaning Kemet, pre-colonial Africa, or even when you post-colonialism, but it was still at a time where maybe Black consciousness was on the rise. When you look at the Black Wall Street, stuff like that. We look at a time when, Black people, we were doing something and when we fixate on that. Or Black people collectively are always religious. So it's either you're thinking of, heaven, bloody heaven. Imagine you have life ahead of you. You'll be alive for probably 20, 30 years, but all you can think of is heaven. Some of you don't even have savings because you're just thinking of heaven. And you're 30 years old, 40 years old, and you don't have anything to show for it because you're just thinking of heaven. I beg, are we serious? So whilst looking back can inform you, and I encourage us to look back, I encourage us to be edified. It's a part of deconstructing and decolonizing your reality. You need the knowledge, but you have to also apply the knowledge. So whilst looking back can inform you, it can also freeze you. I used to be a Christian, if you did not know. And one of the stories I found interesting, was in the Old Testament. It's the story of Lot's wife. God is removing Lot and his wife from a land, and he says, as you leave, do not look back, or you will be stuck. Now, Lot's wife, she looks back, and she turns into a pillar of salt. She is frozen. Let former things die out. Sometimes when something new, you gotta focus on the new. But this is the thing, I think this is a clear indication when you don't have hope, you feel hopeless in your present day, then all you can do is look back. Maybe there was a fear as she's going to this new place. Maybe there's concern, there's doubt that would make you look back. Can I be as great as my ancestors once were? Can I do what they did? Do we have the abilities? We feel damned because of the system, this, that, and the third. So it allows you to either go too far to the future, alleged future, or you just go back. You don't want to sit with self in the present day. And that's why the palm-colored people are overtaking you. They are overtaking you because they want to be present. They want to be in the future, as in the near future. They want to be developing things. They want to be great on earth. Their treasures are on earth. Our treasures are in heaven. You got to let go of that white man gospel. I'm telling you. Let it go. Let it die. Let it go. And this is the thing as well, because the whole concept of it's like rumination, right? When you're ruminating and you're just thinking and thinking about the past, like I see a lot of people do, and I'm not saying they just sit there for hours doing that, but in the conversations we have, in a lot of these progressive, productive, woke conversations, I'm not seeing new thought. I'm not seeing like true like thought leadership and being productive. And that rumination causes anxiety, causes depression. So what you're actually doing is you're not helping yourself, because you're actually making yourself more powerless and hopeless because you're just constantly thinking about something. It's fantasy, and then you're brought back to reality and you feel damned, even though you're not. I truly think some hoteps just struggle with maladaptive daydreaming, same way religious people do. I think there's just this, you will be suffering. You will be suffering. You don't even have a bed to sleep in and you're thinking about a land of milk and honey. I beg. It's not productive. It's not productive. And this is not me, to be honest. When I'm talking about stuff like this, I am not actually trying to diminish religion or even some of the ways of the quote-unquote hotep, because I know there's actually a lot of good to it, and I know the name has been demonized. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but ultimately it's self. You're responsible for self. We can blame these religions for what they do and maybe how they help you become less responsible for your reality and less accountable. But ultimately, it's you, because there's some people who thrive in religion. Religion makes them richer. Religion makes them more successful. Religion makes them love people more. It's everything. Life starts with you and it ends with you. So everything else is just a reflection of you. Your relationships, your beliefs, your career, like all of these things are just they're you projected in different ways. So, point 3: idols, escapism, and romanticism. One thing I don't like to see is the deification of past leaders and societies. It's very Disney Wakanda to me. To like this thing of it, this perfection almost, this glorious place. And also in the grand scheme of things, it's like, even if you just look at Africa alone, it is a vast place with a multitude of countries. You think everybody in every society was perfect pre the colonizers? Come on, let's be real. We romanticize all of these leaders that came before us. And again, making these idols out of people. I'm not saying we don't appreciate those who've come before us. I love my studies. I love to look at the people who came before us, their thoughts. There's nothing new under the sun. So I think there's a lot of wisdom in history. Do you understand? That was deep. Did you hear what I just said? Rewind that. So I'm pro looking back. I'm pro understanding where we came from to understand where we are today and understand how to move forward. It's good. I'm not against it. But this thing of idolizing and deifying the past, it's stupid and it's irrelevant. And we have to transcend that. We have to be willing to dare to think differently, dare to perceive things differently, dare to even go against some of those leaders because they were speaking for their times as far as they knew. You don't like, I feel like sometimes, see, if you, it's like MLK versus Malcolm X, and if you come against any of them or both of them, it's like, how could you? How dare you? That's how you know you're powerless, because you can't even think for yourself. Like, why do you have to fall under? I'm so tired of people having to be under something, like they have to follow something and like not have their own true identity and their own mind. So then they demonize people who are thought leaders, even though Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all of these people, Sankara, Magufuli, these are all thought leaders. They're thought leaders. They're people who have thought and then they produced. You don't want any more thought leaders. You just want to follow ancient ideas. Like sometimes we just have to like regenerate. I don't know why we're being so stagnant as a collective. I don't get that. I really don't. It's pointless. And this is where I really go in on the fake woke stuff, because I hate false consciousness. And let me show you the biggest way people are fake woke, fake conscious, especially concerning Black issues. It's when they say, or when they hint at the idea of a revolution. Are you stupid? Are you slow? Did you sit at the back of the class with the teacher? Because what the hell are you talking about? We don't need a revolution. We don't need Kirk Franklin. We don't need any of that. We don't need a revolution. It's not, we shouldn't even be thinking about that because it's not pragmatic. It's not realistic. Who the fuck are you to start a revolution in today's world where everybody's fried off of TikTok? And you think people are going to get up when they're comfy at home with their comfy 9 to 5? They're never going to lead these things. There's too much pleasure going on for people to sacrifice on such a level for there to be a revolution. So I need us to really stop with that concept. And the reason I'm saying that is because even when people aren't outwardly saying they want a revolution, it's even in the way they identify problems. They'll talk about systemic racism and when you start talking a bunch of that, I know that, see, the only way to equal that is revolution. When you talk about systems, these big systems, the only way to counter that is a revolution. I'm not saying we shouldn't be aware of these systems. Be aware of it. But it becomes pointless at a certain point in time when you just constantly go on. Like, to what end? And then what? You know someone is truly conscious and truly a revolutionary when they confront self. Instead of talking about systems all day and what the white man did, they talk about, okay, as for me and myself, as for me and my household, how are we going to conduct ourselves? What can we do today to progress ourselves and to raise healthy, confident Black individuals, right? Heighten your racial self-esteem. What can we be doing in terms of our immediate circles, immediate family? What habits do I have? what things am I doing in terms of my career to help me or help my family or whatever? Like, think of self. That community stuff is long gone. People are selling out. Hyper individualism is at an all-time high. Late stage capitalism is doing its thing. Community is dead. And most people are followers. If you make it cool and productive and you build yourself up, people will listen and people will follow. So don't even focus on community. Focus on yourself. Focus on the few people around you that have the same vision, that are aligned in terms of they are people who love themselves. They love being African. They love being Black American. They love being Caribbean. They love being Black. And so no matter what they do, at the end of the day, they're always going to stand up for what they are and who they are, their values. The easiest thing to do is to perform consciousness. It's to do the blame game. It's even to some degree to sit here and talk to you. Really, when all these lights turn off and the camera turns off, that's when you know who I am. I know they say the mouth truly does speak what the heart is full of. So I would say, yeah, to some extent you can see. But really and truly, it's when all of this is turned off. That's who I am. And that's not for you to judge. That's between me and, I guess, the Most High or the people I directly come into contact with. That's when I know I am who I say I am. I do not like this consciousness that, you know, you need all these grand ideas. That's why when I was going to that's why I had to stop listening to Dr. Umar, because I was like, when I went to see him twice, I'm not seeing there's nothing practical going on. It's just talk. And it's like, I don't think someone like you are past the stage of just talking. Like, there should be implementation now. When I last saw him in London, he was talking about how organizing something for the leaders to come together or Black UK to come together and sort certain things out. I mean, maybe they're doing it behind the scenes, but I'm not so sure about that. I'm just not very convinced. And if they are, they're moving at a snail's pace, mate. But anyway, that's why I don't like I stopped listening to that type of woke stuff, because it's just these grand ideas that would require the masses, like the Black masses, to come together for a collective effort. Like, that's not pragmatic. That's why, leading on to my next point, I choose sovereignty over community. Now, if you have seen how divisive the Black climate is, apparently I'm not even Black. By some people's definition, I'm African, you're not Black. And I'm like, last time I checked, Black was just like a racial category. Like, I'm Black. Like, the FBAs are, yeah, they doing a lot. And I'm not even mad at FBAs being FBAs, but it's just like, some of them are really, you can tell they did not get past like year 7. Like, they're not smart. They are not smart at all, and they are trying to preach to anybody. They need to sit down, go back to school. But it's very divisive right now. You know, there's like these people versus this people, these people versus this people, amongst the diaspora. And it's very tiring. I don't engage with it. I act like I don't. I'm every nigga. I don't know about you. I'm every nigga. Like, I don't have time I don't have time for that. I just don't. Like, diaspora wars will never be a thing for me. You can keep that over there. Now, we aren't a monolith, right? That is true. But there is a common thread. You know, we all share the same roots. And even when you look at us, you can look through all of our cultures and you see similarities. So interesting. And it's quite beautiful. That's why it's quite a shame that we are really butting heads right now. Like, it's like we're all still ultimately in the same boat because of our racial group, right? But somehow we're just fighting each other and there's holes in the boat and we're all sinking and we're all like, but fuck you, because you're fucking. And it's just like, what, to what end? Like, what are we just gonna. This doesn't make any sense. But idiots will do what idiots do, right? We just saw that video of Young Miami and that video, and there was that Black guy with all these kids singing the most degenerate lyrics. I'm sorry, I'm so shocked about that. I think I've brought that up twice now, but it's just like, what are we doing? Like, you're poisoning the minds of kids? No shame? Nothing? Oh, okay. So yeah, there is no community. When people say Black community, I'm like, are you drinking? Are you smoking? What kind of community are you talking about? Do we meet up on Thursdays? When do we meet up? What community are you talking about? What makes a community? Because I'm pretty sure when you look at the Blacks, there isn't a community. There may be communities, and that's what I prefer. I think in today's world, it's not about mass effort. It's more about, that immediate connection with the people around you. And it's more intentional. I think it's more beautiful, to be honest. I think when you get too much into that community thing, it becomes performance, not embodiment. And I think as Black people, we really need to shift beyond these caricature roles and all this fake stuff that we've taken on by the colonizers, and really rethink what is best for us, not based on their narrative, not based on what other people do, but what is best for us, because we are designed quite differently. The Black woman and the Black man are designed quite differently, and I think that's not appreciated in some of the conversations we have concerning gender, family, relationships. So yeah, there is no such thing as large scale salvation, and you shouldn't want to be honest. I think it's an immature idea to kind of desire for everybody to be saved, and that's not realistic. I'm a functionalist, if you didn't know. I'm pretty much a functionalist. I believe everything in society serves its purpose. I don't see any fault in the difference and the differences amongst us. I don't see any it's not bad that there are whores in this society. It's not bad that there are people who are just meant to be wives. It's not bad that there are straights and gays, and it's part of society. Even the worst things make up society, as ugly and as horrible as they are, and as much as we want to eradicate and kill them off the face of the earth, they are a part of society. It just is what it is. And I'm very pragmatic, and that's why I like functionalism. I think it's very pragmatic, but I also think it's also quite spiritual. I think it's quite there's a wisdom to functionalism that I think Marxism doesn't possess. I like Marxism. I'm not saying he didn't have a point, but I'm just saying I definitely lean more functionalist. I live in the real world. That revolution shit just don't talk to me about no flipping revolution. I don't want to hear that. Don't shoot the villain. I feel like this is the one video that's probably gonna make people so mad. This is the one episode that's probably gonna make. Actually, no, this is one of many episodes that's gonna make people mad, because I really don't care. I'm so tired of hoteps. I'm tired of the fake woke stuff. I'm tired of the incense. I'm tired of it all. I mean, I like incense, but I'm just saying, it gets to a point. Doesn't it get to a point? Has it not got to a point for you? Because it's gotten to a point for me. When do we wake up and smell the coffee? Learn his story, learn her story, but don't live in it. Don't bathe in it. Don't bask in it. It's nothing to bask in. If anything, our ancestors failed. But anyway, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to stay on the ground floor. Level one. Level one. I'm not going to go there, but I know we have some great ancestors. I know I have some great ancestors. I love my people, them. Don't get it twisted. But it's stupid. We're meant to, and this is why I think it beautifully kind of ties back into my first episode of Evolving Beyond the Wound. That conversation of evolution. We are meant to be better than the people who came before us. We are meant to be more successful. And that's why even when I say this, the present day, when you look at Black people, it's so disappointing. One of the things recently that I've been seeing on the timeline is this pocket watching behavior. We should be the last people pocket watching one another. We should be the last people looking down upon the next person or sizing people up by vanity, by consumerism. You would have thought that era would have passed us by now. I'm seeing people judge people by their cars, and I'm just like, huh. And look, I'm all about, get to the money. That's part of our liberation, the money. The money is needed. I'm tired of this fake woke stuff where you ain't got no money. Because community is dead. That was fine. It was fine to be broke when you had community. But now it's too individualistic to not have some fucking money. We all need to get to the bag. We all have to get to the bag. That's a given. But without compromising our integrity. Staying on code. Respecting self. Keeping our high racial self-esteem, right? Doesn't mean you have to go into corporate with that bust down straight wig. You can still be useless. Doesn't mean you have to do this sellout stuff in terms of Black culture right now when you're seeing us do the most degenerate things for view's sake, for money's sake, for celebrity status sake. You don't have to sell out. If it means it takes you a little bit longer to get to where you need to get to because you're keeping it real, then do that. Why are you diminishing yourself for the sake of vanity? But I'm so sick and tired of it. Seriously, I don't like to see especially when you look at the white counterparts, and they're wearing they could have millions in the bank, wearing the most basic stuff, driving the most basic vehicle. That's why I never judge nobody by what they have or what they don't have. We need to stop that stuff. It's so sad. If you live in luxury, enjoy your luxury, but you only look down on someone if you're looking to help them up. You only look down on someone if you're looking to help them up. You don't look down on people just because you think you're the big bad wolf. Just because you think you're so great. That stuff amongst men, it's more prevalent, I think, amongst men. But it's like this is the thing, and that's why I'm saying the present, we need to be focusing on the present. What are we doing right now as Black people collectively and individually, that is stunting our progression? One of the biggest things, it's your funds and your finances. Especially in this cost of living, in this economy, to be still trying to impress people. Life is too short. Life is too short. You need to wisen up. Stack your money away. And if you can't get girls without all that performative stuff, you're probably not getting the right women anyway. I'm just saying that. You're not getting good women if you have to do all that flashy stuff to get a woman. Real women, they don't give a toss. Or you're getting women on the basis of your ego. And a woman you get on the basis of your ego, just to appease your ego, and that's it. It's not that you actually want a life with her. It's just, I just want to be seen with somebody who looks like her. That's usually coming straight out of your pocket for no reason. Like, people need to, this is what I'm saying, the conversation of evolution is so deep, because we are not damned. Just because we are animals or we have these natures, our biology, you are not damned. You can overcome. You can rise above your human nature. You can put your nature in submission of your mind. It's mind over matter. So I don't get this thing, because I've talked to people when they're like, oh, we're just animals. That's who we are. That's what we do. And I'm just like, are you slow or what? Because no one is damned. If you want to do that, just say you want to do that. But don't say it's because I'm a man. It's because I'm a woman. No one is damned. People are proving other people wrong every day in terms of what they stand for. Someone will be saying a man needs sex every day, and another man is a monk. They have the same testosterone levels, but one person just chose to stay the fuck away from pussy. No one is damned. So I really need us to evolve beyond, as far as our eyes can see, in terms of our present day reality, and evolve beyond, as far as the endless past. The past is endless. The present is the only thing that really matters right now. And it's such a shame to see people wasting it away through vanity, wasting it away, the consumer spend, especially with women. Do you know that wig economy, it's not even us benefiting the most? Not that would even make it any better, to be honest. But it's a shame that we spend so much and it's not even... And when you talk about stuff like this, no one really wants to make the efforts to change it. Like, again, this is really, you have to go back to yourself and ask yourself, okay, where am I spending that don't make no sense in the grand scheme of things? How can I be more productive? How can I build community in my own spaces? What parts of myself should I work on right now so that my children can be better than me? We're walking so our children can run. Present day, that's what the change is. We'll walk into that. Even if you don't want to have kids, I have a little sister. She looks up to me. I gotta be somebody. I gotta be great. I gotta be better. I gotta make way for her. I have to open the road. And that's one of the most disgusting things, if I'm being honest, amongst some Africans. Yeah, not all Blacks, not all Africans, but some parents want you to suffer because they suffered. Some people want you to fail because they failed. It could be conscious, it could be subconscious, excuse me. It could be conscious, it could be subconscious, but it doesn't even matter at this point. Because it's like, I am who I am. Like, you're meant to be over me and supporting me and guiding me and showing me the way and making it easier for me to run because you walked. But you're saying, matter of fact, crawl, matter of fact, slow walk. But then in the same breath, they want us to then take care of them in old age. We need to sort it out. Relationships, the present day. How are you relating to the other gender? You're saying, you're screaming, I hate men, and you've got 4 kids and 3 baby dads. You don't hate them enough. Furthermore, I don't like baby mama culture. I don't like it. God bless all the baby mamas out there. But I don't like this culture of a lack of order in the homes. Don't bring children into dysfunction. Period. Don't have kids with women you know wouldn't make amazing mothers. Don't have kids with men who you know won't make amazing fathers. And don't be so desperate for relationships that you just take whatever's there. The one thing about me, let me tell you something. I'd rather be alone. Oh, I'd rather be alone. There is nothing, look, I know some people are so against being happily single, but you come in this world alone, you go alone. It's so stupid to not be happily single. It's stupid. You should be happy with yourself. Because even when you get into a relationship, it's still two individuals. There shouldn't be that enmeshment. So you should still be happy with yourself. Doesn't mean don't aspire love. Doesn't mean don't keep your doors open for something good to come in. But please, men love women desperate. Not me. No, sir. We need two whole individuals coming into relationships, not two fractured ones or one who's scared and lonely and can't function without a man. People need to evolve. Women need to grow up. Men need to get out of that toxic level of ego that allows them to just maneuver life in such a dysfunctional manner. Like, men will actually ruin families based on their egos. But we won't even talk about that. Like, it's a long story. Men will ruin families based on their ego. It's stupid. It's just very, very stupid the way people are conducting themselves. We need to focus on the present, reform. But ultimately, reform happens when you look in the mirror. And that's why I think, again, if you're taking that true audit of your life, I'm going to close here. If you're taking that true audit of your life, relationships, finances, family, future goals, your driving forces behind them. Why do you even want the things you want? Because sometimes, how do you even know what you want is truly what you want? Asking yourself all of these deeper introspective questions, right? Asking yourself, what are the roadblocks? What is stopping me from getting to this place, getting to that place? A lot of the times it goes back to that first episode. You have to evolve beyond your wounds. You have to grow up. You have to be able to see your deficits and then address them appropriately. The most radical and revolutionary act you can do as a Black person today is to evolve, to heal, to get to the bag, to have a healthy family, to be healthy within yourself. If you choose solitude, a life of solitude, there's nothing wrong with that. Not every bloodline needs to continue. Whatever you do, but live honestly, live with integrity, show love, build healthy relationships, a healthy community amongst other Black people, push for high racial self-esteem, wear your natural hair, show love to one another. It's now the true revolution is on an individual basis. And truly, if you really care about the community and the collective, you will care about the one. So therefore, the self. It takes you being selfish in the right ways to be selfless. Because I'm telling you, if you're selfish in the right ways, the generations to come, the people around you will be blessed. I will leave it there. Until the next episode, stay blessed.